hard. And we watched our replay a few times. I'm telling you, he's got to be a tough dude just to still be on the motorcycle at this point. He's got 2 laps to go here, and he's got a lot of pressure from Kyle Partridge. And Partridge forces his way past. He parked him, Ralph. You can say it. Yeah. He parked him right there, and that was an aggressive move. He set that up by being fast through those whoop sections and carrying more momentum into the turn. And that's what you're going to see here at the Monster Energy Cup. Now let's look at it again. Watch this. Take it, Ricky. A little hesitant coming in, obviously. He has the right for that, and boom. But actually, he didn't even... He didn't really touch him, didn't even touch him. Yeah, but you got to know, unless he has to know, he has to hear that Partridge is there. You should hear that, and he was lined up. I mean, he came into that turn way on the outside. I mean, he wasn't trying to protect his line. Yeah, but he's been going through those things. We all just seen the bad crash he had in practice, you know, so he's probably going to be a little tentative going in there, and Partridge knew that and took advantage of it. Problem is, there's 1 lap to go, and Mike Alessi is now looking at a much longer night of racing if he cannot get back around Partridge. In fact, Tickle now starting to close in and put some heat on Alessi as well. Well, here we're back to the number 2, your leader. He's basically won everything this year. Look at how he goes through here. It's just amazing. He's turned a 127.4. I mean, Villapoto is absolutely flying. Weimer, Townley are 129, so is Partridge. And once you get to Alessi, he's at a 130. 3 seconds a lap off the pace. Villapoto is flying right now. It's amazing. He's still ticking on all the great things that he did this year. I mean, he's had the perfect year. Supercross championship, motocross championship, motocross of nations championship. If he wins this, it gets no better. No. Yeah, and what a season. So he's just running on, you know, he's a very talented rider, and he's running on, he's just keeping the streak alive. Be the greatest season you could put together. $1 million would be a great way to celebrate during the offseason. And Ryan Villapoto just took a big step for himself. He answered Dungey. Dungey said, hey, I'm quick. Villapoto said, I'm just as fast and I'm ready to go. Yep. Good ride for Jake Weimer here, bringing it in 2nd place. And Jake and Ryan are both riding this new Kawasaki, which they switched to, kind of an unprecedented move in the middle of summer to next year's bike. So far, so good with that team. And the first time they've run it in a Supercross setup, too. They've run it, the new 2012 version of the Kawasaki has been utilized throughout the outdoor season, but not in a Supercross setup. GC Partridge there, 76, top of your screen. He looks up at the grandstand and waves his hands. You know he's got a big family and friend group right there. That was pretty cool. Pretty impressive ride for the local boy, huh, Ricky? Yep. There's Villapoto talking things over with his crew. Wonder what they're talking about here. Talking about the track, how was the bike handling? What do you think? Yep, all that stuff. I mean, there's the 4 to go. I'm thinking. Had a good heat race, 3 more 10-lappers, $1 million, quick work. Yep. What was usually the first thing you would talk about? Well, I just say, you know, the first thing that comes to your mind is what you thought of the bike. Is there anything we need to do to make the thing better to win the race, the next race? That was the first thing. You know, is there any dirt in my teeth? You're just worried about the look, weren't you? So Mike Alessi ends up finishing 6th here in heat number 2. Plenty more racing to go. The Monster Energy Cup.
8 riders have punched their golden ticket for a shot at $1 million. But 12 spots are still up for grabs in the semi and LCQ races coming up after the break.
You're watching the Monster Energy Cup live on Speed.
Wednesday on Speed, you can catch an all-new episode of My Ride Rules. 4 car fanatics will face off in the wildest car competition ever. Don't miss an all-new episode. It's My Ride Rules. You can see it Wednesday, 9 Eastern on Speed. One thing we're really excited to show you here with the Monster Energy Cup this year is the Amateur All-Stars. And what you're looking at right now is the first of 2 Moto main events for the Super Mini class. This young man riding out here leading this class. He's a 112s, bike number 92, Adam Cian Cerullo. And Jeff, this young man has been cleaning up in everything he's been racing. And at 14 years of age, just signed a 5-year deal to finish out his amateur career with Team Green, of course, racing for Kawasaki. And then once that's done, he's going to move directly into Mitch Payton's pro team, and we'll see him racing.
in Monster Energy Supercross in just a couple of years.
Yeah, well, you can see, I mean, he's riding this track at a pace of a 137. He's on what's called a Super Mini. Now there's the 85. He's got smaller wheels. This is the 112 Super Mini. And he's riding some fantastic laps, but it's also Cooper Webb, Green, Pierce, Young, Bell. This class is stacked. So the fact that he has a 6-second lead in this one, Ricky, that means he's really dialed in here tonight.
Yeah,
these kids are.
He is. You're watching the future. We have a lot of young, good talent coming up. Him being the best right now. I mean, you can see Cooper Webb turn the same fast lap time. He turned to 137 as well.
Checkered flag for Adam. You see the hands come off the
did.
bar?
Look at him revving it up for the fans.
Attaboy, Adam. He's such a bright talent, as are so many of these youngsters that you're going to see here tonight. They're all-stars in the amateur ranks, just like our all-stars in the pros that you're seeing competing tonight in the open class. And this guy here is quickly becoming a fan favorite with his personality, both on and off the track. And if you read his columns or get a chance to meet him, you'll understand why there's such a buzz about young Adam Cianciarulo. Well, Aaron, Kyle Partridge standing by with you, I hear.
That's right, you guys. This doesn't happen often, but I'm here with all 6'5" of Kyle Partridge. Kyle, you just finished 4th. You transferred directly into the main event. This is your hometown race, and not only that, but your first race for Hart and Huntington. How are you feeling right now about taking home all this money tonight?
I'm super excited. I just couldn't do it without any of the guys on the team. We've been working really hard the last few months, getting my bike ready. Dodge Motorsports, Hart and Huntington, Saquon, Bel-Ray, Shift. Everybody that's been a part of this, I can't say enough. I've had a rough couple years, and I'm super pumped to be part of a good program with Kenny Watson and Kerry Hart and my mechanic Sean, and I'm really, really excited for next year. And I just want to give a big shout out to Sheila Howe at the Saquon Indians Casino. Without her, none of this would be possible. My mom and dad, and thank you so much.
You know, a few years back in the early 90s, I got a chance to go meet a young amateur kid by the name of Ricky Carmichael, and he was pretty good back in the day, and we just introduced you to another one, Adam Cianciarulo. Well, the pits were really hopping today here at the Monster Energy Cup. Lots to see and do. An event in Vegas unlike any other we've ever had here. Now we're ready for some semi-racing. Back to the open class. These are the guys, of course, competing for that Monster Million. We're going to have 2 semis. There'll be 5 laps each. Top 5 riders will transfer out.
Okay, right there, 3rd bike from the inside, French rider Marvin Muscan on that 350 KTM. He was to the first turn first, but he was stuck on the outside. Now he's got a better gate position. Remember, he missed qualifying by 1 spot.
What a bummer, man.
Well, we got a question here that was twittered into us from Braden Ambo. Thanks, Braden. What about suspension set up on a hybrid track? Jeff, we heard some guys went motocross style, some guys went supercross style.
Yeah, I would start with my supercross setting and soften it up a little bit for traction.
Here we go. Watch the 14. That's Wyndham.
I think Jimmy Albertson snuck by on the inside for 2nd.
Nick Way getting the whole shot on that 27.
Uh-oh, some riders.
Oh, 1 rider down.
Uh-oh, Kevin Wyndham, look at there.
Wyndham 2nd to the last. He's going to enter the track in a safe spot. That's Weeks. Wow. Going to the LCQ.
These guys are fighting for these spots, man. They do not want to go to the LCQ.
Hey, how about Nick Way, though, from the Michigan Mafia out front, leading semi number 1 here.
There you see Kevin Wyndham fighting his way inside, trying to get around Jason Thomas on that 47.
Well, and for Wyndham being an early favorite to be able to take this thing, you see how important that qualifying spot in Moto 1 was,
right?
And just how he said, that, I mean, it just puts in, a chain reaction of bad events.
Yeah, it sure does. One thing leads to another.
Wyndham got around the 47 of Thomas. Now he works